The New York Giants just got proof that they are already a new team. Let's talk about it. My name is Paul. This is Big Apple Sports. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you very much. Please just take a quick second, like and subscribe. Does me a huge solid, and I'm trying to build a huge, awesome community of Giants fans where, we can react to games together, talk things out in the comments, engage in some healthy debates and discussions. So when you like and subscribe, you become a part of it. The community grows bigger, it grows better. So please just take a quick second and do that. Also, comment below. Let me know, who do you want as offensive and defensive coordinator? It sounds like Todd Monken is a pretty sure bet to be offensive coordinator, but defense seems to still be up in the air. So let me know who you like there, and we'll talk it out in the comments. So obviously, Giants hired John Harbaugh. As Giants fans, we're all super pumped. We're all drinking the Giants Kool-Aid, talking about playoffs and, new cultures and everything. But sometimes you got to take a step back and think like, okay, obviously we all have some bias here. The team we rooted for hired the coach we wanted. We're going to be excited. What does everyone else think? What does, what do the NFL insiders think? And something I turn to a lot is, what does Vegas think? Because no matter what you think of, like gambling or betting or whatever, Vegas is filled with rich people who are very good at making money, and they are trying to find the perfect betting lines for things where they can make money no matter what the outcome. They are very good at what they do. So I was curious to see, what do they think of the Giants now that the Giants have John Harbaugh. And they have the over-under for this upcoming season already at 8.5 wins for the Giants, which is pretty crazy. And I'm going to kind of dive into some of their opponents next year and what that path might look like. But I just want to quickly show you guys where things were at just in August, 7 months ago, I think. So here's CBS Sports. They gave their preseason. They showed, here's what Vegas thinks of your team. Here's what direction we would go. The Giants' over-under for the season last year was 5.5 wins. And CBS here was saying, take the under on that. I don't think they're going to get 5 wins. And lo and behold, they were actually right. So it's pretty wild that just 1 year later, this is before the draft, before big free agency moves, literally the only thing that has changed in this organization is John Harbaugh. And obviously, they've got a year of watching Jackson Dart, and that's going to factor into this too. But they already are saying, we think this team is 3 wins better than next year. And if you look at this season's schedule, it's really easy to see why. They lost a lot of games. They lost a lot of games in a row. But when you really break down some of these games, you look at this Cowboys game and the percent chance they had to win it. Over here we got a minute left there was 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Giants score a touchdown, and they have a 92.3% chance to win. And guess what? They lost that game. You can do the same thing pulling up this Denver Broncos game. Same thing here. We are deep into the fourth quarter. They have a 99.8% chance to win with just 6 or 7, with 7 minutes left. A 99.8% chance to win. It is statistically almost impossible for them to lose that game, and they still lose it. Same thing with the Lions game. They had a 90+% chance to win late in the fourth. The Bears game, they had a 90% plus chance to win late in the fourth. Even the Saints game, they were winning 14-3 in the second before Scadaboo had a fumble. I think it was returned for a touchdown, if I remember correctly, and completely swung the game. The Packers game, this team was winning in the fourth quarter. And Lions, Packers, Bears, Broncos, these are teams that either made the playoffs or still alive in the playoffs, or at least the Lions case, fought very hard and came close to the playoffs. These are premier teams in the NFL, and the Giants almost won all of these games. And I know, they all counted as losses. There's almost only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes, and I get that. But just thinking of ignoring the coach, ignoring everything, statistically, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games where you have a 90+% chance to win in the fourth quarter, the odds of you going worse than 4-1 in those games are like near impossible. Maybe not near impossible, but like if you're going below 3-2 in this game, in those 5 games, you're already completely defying statistics. 4-1 is pretty likely, and honestly, 5-0 in 5 games that you're got a 90% plus chance to win in the fourth quarter is pretty likely. Even just taking those 5 games, like this team already is more of a 7-9 win team. And then you add John Harbaugh on top of it, and I think that's why you're getting the Vegas projection. Like, it's easy to look at the Giants from last year as a 4-win team and be like, this team is nowhere close. But when you break down game by game and see, like, they went toe-to-toe with some of the best teams in the NFL. Like, and, I just talked about losses. They beat the Eagles. They beat the Chargers. Like, I think the Vikings were another game. They were tied late in the fourth quarter, had a good chance to win. Like, this was a team that should have finished between 6 and 10 wins. But because of poor coaching, fourth quarter collapses by the defense, you name it, they ended up only pulling out 4. Just regression to the mean would tell you this is a 6-7 win team at worst next year. And then obviously the John Harbaugh effect. I expect some big offseason moves. All that is going to play a factor. But looking at next year's schedule, like, I think it's completely doable to get the over on those 8.5 wins. Like, obviously, you got Cowboys twice, Eagles twice, Commanders twice. I don't think it's wild to say they could go 3-3 in the division. They went 3-3 in the division this year, I believe, right? Beat the Commanders. No, they lost to the Commanders twice, split with the Eagles. So they went 2-4 this year. But like, they very easily could have, like, they should have probably won that first Cowboys game. Very easily could have gone 3-3 in the division. I think that's completely doable next year. The Cardinals, like, they're probably going to have a new quarterback. Sounds like they're moving on from Kyler Murray. I don't think that's going to be a super difficult game. That actually will be a home game. 49ers and Jags will both be very tough games. We'll call those losses. But so we got 3 division wins. The Cardinals, the Titans should be an easy win. The Saints should be an easy win. The Browns should be an easy win. Those are all home games right there. So that, like, we're right there at 7 wins already. And then between, like, there's some tough games on the road here with the Texans, the Colts, the Rams, the Eagles, the Seahawks, the Lions. Like, the team is certainly going to need to make some progress to pull out a couple of those victories. But, like, with the way Jackson Dart plays, I think it's completely doable. Like, you go to the beginning of this season and you say, does this team have a chance to win at the Broncos, at the Lions? Like, I don't think anybody would have said they had a chance, and yet they had a 90% plus chance to win those games late in the fourth. Very good chance with a better coach, a year under Jackson Dart's belt, a better defense, that they're actually pulling those games out. So I'm super hyped about this. Like, I just thought this was good to, like, take a moment and be like, look, I know we're all drinking the Kool-Aid. I know we all think big change is coming, big difference in the win and loss total next year is coming. But I just wanted to show you guys it's not just us. Like, you look at all these different NFL analysts, they are all saying, like, this is the best hire for Harbaugh, this is the best hire for Dart, like a dream scenario for everyone involved. And even Vegas, who, like, their job is to get this total perfect so that they can make money in either direction on it. And even they are like, this is a team that should be fighting to go over 500 and maybe even sneak into the playoffs. And like I said, this is before they've made a single offseason move. I do think some big moves are coming, some big changes in the organization. They got a top 5 pick. We'll see who they bring in as their coordinators, but this is going to be a much, much, much better team next year. And it's not just Giants fans who are thinking that. It's everybody. So I'm super hyped about it. You guys, like I said, comment below. Let me know who you want as the coordinators. Give me your thoughts on anything I said there. And then don't forget, just like and subscribe on the way out so that we can continue to grow this awesome Giants community.